Hello there and welcome to Friday. We're live, friends, here on Global Irish Radio this Friday, July the 24th, 2026, International Self-Care Day. That's right, my friends. So mind yourself today. Mind how you go. Take good care of yourselves. And as they say on the airlines, put on your own mask first before helping others. A wonderful metaphor for the day's sinner. Welcome along, friends. Welcome to Friday. It's the weekend. We hope you're well. We're coming to you live here on Global Irish Radio. This is the Daily Crack Show with myself, Sean G. And we're broadcasting live from just outside Castlebar in the heart of County Mayo. A very red and green County Mayo. Stay with us for the hour. We have lots to come your way, lots of stuff to bring you between now and 4. Usually here with you Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays now. That's our summer schedule. Bring you up to speed on all that you need to know. And for more information and more of what we do, check out our website, thedailycrack.com, our brand new website. But yeah, welcome to the weekend. There's a lot of excitement around this place, I can tell you. Oh Lord, is there ever. Let there be hype, said Andy Moore. And there was hype. And there was a lot of hype. Now, did I say on Wednesday that people had gone mad? Absolutely mad. Well, I was wrong. I wish to correct that. Let me tell you, people have not gone mad. People have gone absolutely nuts. Bonkers. Completely off the charts, crazy. That's what's happening here in Mayo at the moment. I'm not sure how it is in Kerry. And a slight disclaimer, we might be a little bit biased towards the green and red of Mayo, simply because we're broadcasting, obviously, this is our base in County Mayo. It's been 75 years of a drought, of a famine for Sam Maguire. So a slightly biased, but probably reflective of the situation in the country, where it's Kerry against all 31 other counties. Everybody, I think, is just saying, come on, Mayo, do it this time. Just do it for once. That seems to be the feeling. But there you go. We will, however, salute our friends in the spirit of good sportsmanship. We will be playing a Kerry song. There are lots of great songs making the rounds for this All-Ireland. In fact, I can't remember a time when there was more hype in the run-up to an All-Ireland final. This is our, it's been 75 years, you know, and Mayo has been in 11 All-Ireland finals, 2 replays, so 13. They lost 11, drew 2. So, as you can imagine, with each passing year, the hype seems to get more and more and more, and that's okay. And somebody was saying to me, but yeah, we will have a Kerry song, we will have a Mayo song, we'll have lots of coverage on all that's happening, not just with the upcoming All-Ireland final, all the other things happening across the country, across the nation this Friday into the weekend. And as I say, we hope you're well, hope you'll stay with us, dailycrack.com, and my name is Sean G. Right. Rightio. As I said, as somebody was saying to me, and who will we blame if we don't win? Who will Mayo blame? Who will we blame if we don't win on... Fergus was saying that. Who will we blame if we don't win on Sunday? Will it be Andy Moran? No, it won't be Andy Moran, because Andy's done a stellar job getting this team to the All-Ireland, and when lots of other people... There were some difficult moments throughout the championship, and when things weren't going so well, Andy had faith in the team and picked them up and got them back in the race. Will it be the players? No. What an amazing bunch of young lads we have. They are fearless. And no, so it won't be the players. We know that no matter what happens on Sunday, they have given it their all. And as I say, a fearless bunch of people, and they carry the hopes and dreams of many generations when they go out there on Croke Park on Sunday. So no matter the outcome, no, we won't blame the players. The ref, will we blame the ref? The ref, that's an easy one, but no, we won't blame the ref, because the ref's got a tough job to do, an important job to do, and I don't envy the ref. I think he's from Monaghan, and I think he presided over the Cork and Mayo game earlier this season, so no, we won't blame the ref. There's enough people. He takes enough abuse on the day, so there won't be any of that. Will it be the supporters and all of the hype? No, it won't. It won't be the supporters, because we have the best supporters anywhere in the world, and they always come out to support this team and any team that comes from Mayo that's in an All-Ireland final. And what an amazing journey it's been with the supporters and people. We want to welcome all the Mayo people from all across the globe that have made the trip home to Mayo for this All-Ireland final. They're so loyal. And you know that wherever the people who can't make it home, they will find a place to watch the game on Sunday, and they will be rooting they'll be rooting for the county. So no, not the supporters. How about the curse? Will we blame the curse? No, we won't be blaming the curse. The curse is lifted, and anyway, it's a load of nonsense, apparently. I was listening to an expert. I can tell you this, if you're not in the country, you don't understand necessarily, and particularly the county, you don't understand the level of interest and hype that's going on this Friday before the All-Ireland weekend. But there was a professor of curses. Well, she wasn't a professor of curses, but she was a professor from some university or somewhere in Dublin on primetime last night with Miriam, and they had a segment on the curse. That's how relevant this conversation is. And so she kind of debunked the whole notion of the curse. And she said it really just came into play in about 1995 after Clare had won a final or something of that nature. And Clare had, up until that time, been blaming some other curse. And it went out of fashion in Clare, and it kind of came into fashion in Mayo in the mid-90s. And there wasn't a whole lot of talk about the curse up until about the mid-90s, apparently, around about that time. And it kind of grew legs and momentum from the 90s onwards. And more recently, we know that all the players from that team that were cursed were passed away. But she kind of debunked the whole notion. And most people agree that, you know, it's a good story, but that's all it is, a story. And when you look into the facts of it and stuff like that, the team didn't get back to Mayo on a Monday, as our professor friend was telling us last night. It was late Tuesday when they got back. Funerals in this country, they don't really take place in the evenings, and so the notion that they encountered a funeral late in the evening seems unlikely as well. And for many reasons, that story, a good story and a good excuse maybe in former times, but it doesn't hold water when you go a little bit deeper. But there you go. Who will we blame? We'll blame fate. You can't fight fate. But there you go. And, you know, if we do win, we shall celebrate like we've never celebrated before, and we will enjoy the moment like none other. That's, you know, as I say, it's a big, big day for people from Mayo, both here in the country and all around the world. And our hopes and dreams will collide with reality on Sunday. Yep. Hope will collide with reality. And if we come out the wrong side or the right side, if we come out the right side, we'll celebrate like it'll be the biggest party ever. No question about it. And as you said, that's Plan B for the GAA. We were telling you about Plan A and Plan B on Wednesday, if you weren't listening. Plan A is... this is the GAA. This is the plan they have in place. Plan A is not to let invaders onto the pitch. That means Kerry have won, and they're an orderly bunch, and they're likely just to, file orderly. They'll leave quietly and go off back to the hills of Kerry or stop by for a few drinks. It'll be kind of a more low-key affair. Whereas if Mayo are the victors, Plan B will go into effect. That's the GAA's plan for if Mayo should be successful on Sunday, and we hope that they are. We're rooting for Plan B, but the stewards have been told, get out of the way, step aside, let the invaders, let the Mayo supporters invade the pitch, let them have their moment. They've been waiting 75 years for it. So yeah, there'll be a big party if we come out the right side of reality on Sunday. And if we don't, well, you know what? We shall savour the journey. And sometimes, as in life, sometimes the journey is better than the destination. And what a journey it's been. What a great championship it's been. There were low points, there have been high points, and now everything rests on Sunday. And just one day, one game between us and, that ultimate dream. So we're a resilient bunch, as we always say here in Mayo. We will pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and there is always next year. We've learned resilience over the years from our time early on in civilization, growing up in tribes in Africa. We've learned all about resilience, and we're a tough bunch of people, and we won't be back in Mayo before we'll be saying Mayo for Sam 2027. But anyway, that's all very hypothetical, but you get the idea, and we're all excited. We're very, very happy, and it's been a wonderful journey. And how could winning possibly top the excitement, the hype, the anticipation, the hope, the sheer madness of the chase? Yeah, the thrill of the chase. That's true of a lot of things in life, You think about, you go through life and then you die. It's all about how you lived your life and stuff like that. You think about a bride getting married, and the 2 years up to the wedding, the actual wedding day itself is anticlimactic. So, There are so many metaphors that we could use to describe this, but what's great and what's wonderful is that people are happy right now, and isn't that wonderful? And Andy Moran has given us permission for there to be hype, and that's exactly what's happening. And looking around the country or the county, the cars are painted red and green, the houses, the outhouses, the sheep, even the cattle now. Say a prayer for the poor sheep, but now it's the cattle. I was looking at a farmer has his calves painted, messages of support for Mayo painted onto the poor little cattle or calves as well. People have their doggies, their puppies, their cats, or their four-legged friends, all dressed and kitted out in Mayo jerseys, and it's just a roller coaster of madness. So win or lose, we cannot complain. But we do wish our team all of the best, both teams, on Sunday for the All-Ireland Final 2026. Welcome along, friends. We're streaming live here on Global Irish Radio. We are the Irish Diaspora Station, bringing you Irish radio programmes from Ireland and all around the world. On Sunday, if you tune in between 3 to 5, we will have coverage of the All-Ireland Football Final, so you can catch the commentary there. Lots of great programmes coming your way over the weekend as well, so check that out. Tonight we'll be going down under to Sydney, Australia. Lots of Irish people down there. I was looking at the numbers of the past few years, and with each passing year, more and more people are making their way down under to Sydney, Australia. So it wasn't just a fad or a trend, it's ongoing. And the most recent numbers, I think, for 2025, something like 13,500 people made their way down to Sydney, Australia. Many of them will stay there and make a life down there. But there's a great little programme that they do as part of the Sydney Irish, the community down there, the Irish community in Sydney, and you can hear it airing here on Friday nights, Global Irish Radio, 11 till the wee small hours. Check that one out as well. And of course, lots of people go to New Zealand as well, and Oliver Lee's programme comes to you from New Zealand, and there's programs from all around the globe. Over the weekend we'll be making stops in New York, Boston, Toronto, Chicago, London, and other places as well. So that's Global Irish Radio. Download the app, spread the good word, and thanks for taking us with you. Now, dailycrack.com, that's where you'll find everything you need to know about this program, and it's also your gateway to all that's going on here in this country. A little website that we created, a companion website, I suppose the best way to put it, to go alongside the show when we relaunched it last week. And it's good to be back with you here, and here with you, as I say, Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays, bring you up to speed on all that's happening in Mother Ireland. So check out the website. There are links to what it says in the papers. You can listen to what it says in the papers. You can look at what it says in the papers, because there's you get to see the front page headlines of all the daily newspapers, to which we will come to in just a moment. There's also the weather. It is hot still, and it's nice. It's fresh, a cool breeze here in Mayo today, and much of the country not under heatwave conditions or anything like that, but it's a pleasant weekend, and people are excited about the prospect of rain. Can you believe it? Yeah, people are saying there might be rain coming. Whereas in the old days it was like, oh, there might be nice weather next week or the week after. Now all the talk is of rain, and I've never seen people in this country so excited about the prospect of rain. But that won't last for too long. But apparently rain is on the way. But for today, it's nice, as I say, nice sunny day, and temperatures I would imagine in the low 20s. Looks like it'll be rather nice weather too coming into the weekend and on Sunday for the All-Ireland. So that is a nice thing. That is a wonderful thing. Let us take a look at what it is saying in some of our papers today. Let's quickly look through the headlines. Budget 2027 will be the tightest since before pandemic. That's what the Irish Times is warning in their front page lead story. And agreeing with them is the Irish Examiners and their headline, clear priorities needed for next budget. So as you can see, a lot of talk about the budget, a lot of talk about belt tightening and the rest of it. And Simon Harris, of course, is talking about giving tax cuts, because a lot of people last year were very peeved off. The working man and woman very peeved off that they were pretty much the only ones that weren't taken care of in the budget last year. So Simon Harris, who is the leader of Fine Gael, the Taoiseach, and also now this year the Minister for Finance, is very cognizant of the fact that the working man and woman are not too happy at having been overlooked last year. So expect some tax cuts, but it's going to be a balancing act, as it always is, and there'll be lots of talk. The summer economic statement was released there, I think, last week as well. So Even though the politicians are off for the holidays, there'll be plenty of talk and speculation as to what's included in the budget. And as I say, the two main broadsheets today have stories on the budget. You can catch up on all of that. As I say, links to those stories at dailycrack.com. Meanwhile, let's move over to the Irish Daily Mail, and they tell us that there are 200,000, yes, you heard right, 200,000 defects in our new National Children's Hospital. That's the children's hospital that started, I don't know, hundreds of years ago and is still under construction and is billions of dollars or millions of dollars over budget. Yeah, it's been going on a long time now. Not sure when they started the work, but it's been several years ago, and I exaggerate, of course, for effect, but you get the idea, you get the picture. And the Irish Daily Mail telling us that there are, as I say, 200,000 defects in this new National Children's Hospital, and that is according to a confidential cabinet memo in which it says the contractor BAM is to blame for all of these defects and stuff like that, and it's plagued with delays, cost overruns, all the rest of it. People are wondering, will we ever get the keys to this brand new children's hospital? It's been going on a long time, and that's the latest angle, or the latest on the children's hospital. Nowhere near ready, and even when it is ready, it will take the state about 9 months once they do get the keys and they get the all clear. But they're going around fixing up lots of problems with the plumbing and the electrical and all that. It's probably the biggest project maybe ever undertaken by the state, and monumental. But turns out we're not very good at doing these very big projects because there's a lot of problems and a lot of, cost overruns. You can check out that story in today's Irish Daily Mail as well. Right, what else is making the front pages of the papers this Friday? As you can imagine, the inside pages and the sports pages are dominated by stories of the All-Ireland final, the Kerry and Mayo going up against it, as you know. Somebody said to me, is there something happening? A tourist is there something happening, or are they always this happy in Mayo? But anyway, there is the Mayo, the final, as you know, on Sunday, and lots of coverage all over the paper on that. But on the front pages, sticking with the front pages for a moment, the headline on today's Irish Daily Mirror is "Thank you for helping us," and that's a story alongside a picture of our Taoiseach Micheál Martin, and he was meeting residents in a war-torn part of Kiev. He's in Ukraine at the moment, and he met people left homeless by Russian bombs, and he has pledged another 125 million of Irish money towards the people of Ukraine. This is on top of lots of previous pledges as well. So we've given a lot of money. We're a decent bunch when it comes to helping others, and certainly when it comes to the Ukraine war and that particular cause. And of course, we got a bunch of them living in this country. We opened our borders to them, and we even brought in their cats and dogs. It cost us a lot of money to do so, but nobody can accuse us of being mean when it comes to helping our brethren in Ukraine. But the Taoiseach pictured there meeting with, he also met with the Zelensky. There's a nice picture of him on the front page of the Star as well, and he's there to say, seeing how the money will be spent, or serving the damage from those Russian bombs as that conflict continues. So that's the Irish Daily Mirror. And finally to the Irish Daily Star, and it's like I smoked 900 cigarettes. What's that all about, says you? Well, that's Ross Purcell, 2FM radio star, talking about the situation down there in Slieve na Mon, the beautiful part of Tipperary, Slieve Mon, I should say. You've heard the song. It gets played a lot with Tipperary are in All-Ireland finals, but on the hills around Clonmel and the mountains there around Slieve Mon, well, there's big bad wildfire and smoke for miles around. And they're trying to get a grip on that. And Ross Purcell, as I say, the 2FM presenter Ross Purcell has been documenting the terrifying Slieve na Mon. The Slieve na Mon fires, as her family lives nearby. So she's down to see them, and basically her parents live at the bottom of the mountain, and her sister Rachel lives at the bottom of the mountain as well. Meanwhile, at the top of the mountain, you know, there's a big wildfire going on, and the houses at times are covered in smoke, and for miles around, properties are covered by these the smoke from these wildfires. And it turns out that wildfires and drought could be part of an Irish summer going forward. Never had those problems before here in this country. A wildfire was never a thing that really happened. Looking across to our friends in Europe, Spain is burning down. 10,000. Is it 10,000 people that have had to evacuate? They've got temperatures this week up to about 47 degrees Celsius. That's pretty hot. So as you can see, our little fire here, not quite as bad as that, but still, Authorities down there hoping to get a grip on it. They're praying for rain, as you can imagine, and they're hoping for thunderstorms as well, that Mother Nature will help take care of that blaze. So it's been going on for a few days and is likely to continue for a little bit longer as well. But the weather may help out after the weekend. But that's Roz Purcell talking about the ordeal. And she said, coming back to the headline, you know, coming out of the house feels like she smoked 900 cigarettes. That's how smoky it is down there. So we hope they get a grip on that. And let's see what they're saying in terms of the weather, because according to Carlo Weather, I think it is, rain is set to arrive this weekend, bringing hope for crews battling those wildfires. And while temperatures will stay moderately high, reaching up to about 24 degrees today, rain and drizzle are forecast for the following days. That's Alan O'Reilly from Carlo Weather. He also said that there's a risk of unsettled weather with showers next week. We haven't heard the unsettled word for a while now, have we? It's a word that's bandied about a lot when you talk about the Irish weather. But this summer it hasn't been used a whole lot. So looking ahead, and that's Alan O'Reilly saying we could be looking at some unsettled weather, which essentially means rain, back to the rain. So there you go. It will help out, no doubt, the people in Slieve na Mon, both at the top and the bottom of the mountain, as a result of those wildfires. And that's, as I said, it's been burning for a few days now. So in neighbouring counties as well, I think they're seeing the haze from that, much like across yonder, where parts of New York and Chicago are rather hazy and the air quality is pretty bad as a result of those Canadian wildfires. And the Niagara Falls barely visible with some of the thick smoke there as well. So, as I say, our own little fire here, but hopefully we caught it in the nick of time, or hopefully to get a grip on that, and the weather, that it cooperates in the days ahead. What else at the front page of the Star, since we have it here in front of us? Vogue Williams says McGregor is a tosser. I presume she's talking about Conor McGregor. We'll dig a little deeper into that story. And I see in the inside pages of the page 2, not page 3 now, page 2. British royal princess. I wouldn't want to see her on page 3, but she's on page 2. And she has a shovel, or is it a spade, in her hand, because she's planting a tree. And we love trees here at thedailycrack.com. And in fact, if you want your very own tree planted here in Ireland, treedeeds.com, our great sponsor, will plant a tree for you right here in Ireland. So consider that. But anyway, the British royal princess Anne, she is pictured here with her shovel or her spade, planting a tree yesterday to celebrate the 85th anniversary of the Air Training Corps. And she was in Northern Ireland to plant that nice tree. It's a nice tree, and there you go. We hope it grows up big and strong. But treedeeds.com for your very own tree. Dailycrack.com. If you're going to Dublin tomorrow, we want to remind you, or over the weekend, and you're wearing your Kerry jersey or you're wearing your Mayo jersey. There'll be a lot of those jerseys. In fact, everybody in Dublin will be either wearing a Mayo or Cork jersey, not Cork, Kerry jersey, over the course of the weekend as they make their way to Croke Park on Sunday. But leave the jersey on, because it might come in handy if you want to take in a visit to Dublin Zoo. This is something that Dublin Zoo did for the last All-Ireland final as well, the hurling final a couple of weeks ago, or last week, whenever it was. Seems like a lifetime ago now. But if you had your Limerick or Galway jersey on, you got a free entry to Dublin Zoo. So there you go. If you're going to Dublin and you have a little bit of spare time in your hands, you're going up the night before, or you're just trying to kill some time, or you just want to make a weekend of it, the Dublin Zoo, the folks at Dublin Zoo very kindly have come up with a lovely idea for fans of the two counties that's in this year's All-Ireland. As I say, they did the same for the hurling counties. You get free entry into Dublin Zoo, and what a great time of the year to be going to Dublin Zoo. And pictures of giraffes and tigers on a lot of the papers this week, as well as the animals there in the zoo enjoying the fine weather and being hosed down. Lovely stuff like that. But Dublin Zoo is inviting Kerry and Mayo supporters to visit Ireland's most popular family attraction this Sunday. And whether you're by yourself or you're with the whole family, come on in. I lied. It's a 50% discount. I thought they gave full discount to the hurlers, but maybe it was half price. Well, I think it was full price, but anyway, this time round it's 50% discount on general admission to fans of both counties. All you have to do is be sporting your Kerry or your Mayo jersey, and for some people, they might just choose to go to the zoo and not go to the final at all. If you're like me and you cannot watch it, the nerves, the excitement, Luke O'Neill says it's good to be a sports fan. I think it's very stressful being a sports fan, especially if you're from Mayo and you have to endure 70 minutes of what might be. It's very, very hard to watch. And for me, I like to come in afterwards and get the results, because I just literally can't go through the highs and lows of an All-Ireland final with Mayo. It's nerve-wracking, let's put it that way. I think I would just go to the zoo and stay in the zoo until the game is over, and then call up Margaret and find out who actually won. But there you go. If you want to take in the zoo, you get 50% off the admission price with your Mayo or Kerry jersey. See, that Mayo jersey is paying for itself already. Who knew? There you go. And hopefully you'll be able to hold on to the jersey for the celebrations on Mondays. One county will. They'll be all wearing them on the Monday night for the celebrations. If it's Mayo, you'll be wearing it for the entire week, I suspect. But there you go. Anyway, that's what's happening in our papers. And as I say, you listen to Daily Crack here on Global Irish Radio. Sean G here with you for the hour. Thank you for staying with us. Spread the good word. You'll find us here Monday, Wednesday and Friday. That's our new schedule now. And links, of course, to all the top stories, the headlines, the papers, the most listened to podcasts here in this country, including Vogue Williams, who was, is that her name? That's kind of popular culture, and I'm not really up to date with popular culture or modern culture. But anyway, she too has a podcast, and as I said, there's a link to the most listened to podcasts here in this country via that gateway website, dailycrack.com, where you can see the top 10 countdown of the most listened to podcasts here in Ireland. Couldn't help noticing what Vogue had to say. This is on her latest episode of her podcast. Vogue Williams has called out grim Conor McGregor, urging people to stop putting this man on a pedestal. In the latest episode of her podcast, it's a hit podcast, we're told. It's called My Therapist Ghosted Me, which is a pretty good name for a podcast. My Therapist Ghosted Me. Check it out on that list. irishpodcast.com will link you to it as well. As I say, the top 10 countdown. And that particular podcast always ranks pretty high, usually in the top 10, if not close by. But anyway, she's talking about all kinds of things with her co-host, Joanne McNally, who is a comedian. And they chat about Wimbledon, and they talk about Katie Price. Have you seen Katie Price lately? What the hell's going on there? That's what I want to know. Anyway, not a good commercial for Botox, let's put it that way. And very lots of disproportion there. Anyway, they also talk about Andrew Tate and of the Tate brothers and the what they call it, the manosphere. Is that what they call it? Chauvinistic pigs, basically, who treat women very, very badly. And anyway, but she talks about them, and she talks about he was arrested this week in Miami as well, so she's talking about that. And then she puts McGregor in the same camp. So nothing nice to say about Conor in that regard. That's the latest episode of My Therapist Ghosted Me. And I see that Conor also was in the news this week as well, because, well, he was fighting and he lost the fight, obviously, but he's back home in Ireland. But he also did something very, very stupid. Well, not surprising, really. He admitted to splashing, 100,000. He put 100,000 on Argentina in the World Cup. Why did he do this? What was the motivation behind this? Well, he was, as the paper says, stupidly listening to World Cup Time Traveller. There was a posting on social media that goes back to 2021 in which somebody who said he travelled through time, turns out he hadn't actually travelled through time, said that Argentina would beat Spain in the 2026 World Cup. And McGregor liked the prediction, and off he went to place 100,000 on Argentina. And of course, we know how that ended. So, that's Conor McGregor. We shall say no more. He's planning, by the way, the latest is, just to give you an update, he has a torn ACL or something. He injured his... he lasted for about 69 seconds, and he's planning a comeback in 2027. I'm not too sure how many comeback fights you can actually have, and people will splurge the cash to see that kind of nonsense. But there you go. That's our very own Conor McGregor, and Vogue Williams having a dig at him, basically calling him a tosser for all of the reasons that you just heard there. dailycrack.com. We got to get a move on here, because we got to get promise you some music on the program today, because we have to capture the I suppose the mood both in Kerry and in Mayo, and there is quite the mood going on. Yes, there is. Let's see. There are songs everywhere you look, on your social media feeds, on the radio, and virtually everybody's got a song out this All-Ireland final season, and we thought we'd pick out one from each county, share with you, get you in the mood for Sunday. By the way, don't forget this Sunday is also Reek Sunday. As I was listening, it's quite funny because the Saw Doctor song, The Green and Red of Mayo, it's funny in the opening lines they make reference to to Croagh Patrick in the song, and it's interesting that the two of those things collide this week as well. I was talking about hope and reality colliding at Croke Park. Here in the West, of course, everybody is singing the song Green and Red of Mayo. It'll be sung many times between now and Sunday. On the streets, in the pubs, at home, in the shower, wherever it is you sing. And of course, the other thing that's happening is obviously, and maybe if you're climbing up the Reek, so this is Reek Sunday, so many pilgrims will make their way to Croagh Patrick, climb the Reek on Sunday. Some will be so beat afterwards that they'll go home to bed, but others will make the trip to Dublin for the All-Ireland final. So there you go. Interesting little nugget of information for you there. Croagh Patrick in the west of Ireland, Westport, County Mayo. It's going to be a lovely weekend for climbing the Reek. Let's get to the music. And as I said, this one's sent to us by Fergus, our fact checker at the programme, who dug this one out from Kerry. And it's the Drive for 40, because Kerry, believe it or not, is going for their 40th All-Ireland final, whereas Mayo is going for one in a row, their 4th. So big difference there, and you can see why there's so much hype in the county. So straight to the music, The Drive for 40, a little song put together by a guy called Dave Buckley. Take a listen, see what you think, and we'll be back with the Mayo song. I promise.
Now a day out of Kerry is a day wasted. We're back on the road again. Let the traffic flow for the 2 in a row. We're primed for another win. Our team is steady, fit and ready for Day of the Champions. No, a day out of Kerry is a day wasted. The Drive for 40 is on. It's on. It's on. For we are the champions. We're gonna beat Mayo for the 2 in a row. Now the Drive for 40 is on. Back to back, let's do it for Jack, for he hasn't done it before. We're the team who aspire for the Sam Maguire. Now Kerry, you can do it once more. You can get it on the telly or Radio Kerry with Timmy and Ambrose. Now a day out of Kerry is a day wasted. It's on, but it will be close. It's on. It's on. For we are the champions. We're gonna beat Mayo for the 2 in a row. Now the Drive for 40 is on. Let the flags fly high, there'll be butterflies as All Ireland Day draws near. For our county's fame, they play the game with respect but never fear. Made of Sarah stock like the Skellig Rock, when the green and gold they done. Let's cheer our boys on to victory, for the Drive for 40 is on. It's on. It's on. For we are the champions. We're gonna beat Mayo for the 2 in a row. Now the Drive for 40 is on. It's on. It's on. For we are the champions. We're gonna beat Mayo for the 2 in a row. Now the Drive for 40 is on. Now the Drive for 40 is on. Hallelujah, 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 and up Sir Billa, hallelujah, 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 Samek Wallia, up the kingdom.
Oh yes, they'll be singing that one in the Kingdom, no doubt, this weekend. That is a nice number there. In fact, Dave Buckley and the Drive for 40 is on. They want 40. We only want to win just once. That's all we want, as the Saw Doctors famously said in that great song. Pat Spillane, by the way, has been taking aim at that controversial bridesmaid poster that appeared in Kerry before, a week or two ago. Last week, I think it was. Have you seen it? Do you know the one I'm talking about? The poster placed on the side of the main road between Killarney and Killorglin, and it depicted Jack O'Connor in a wedding dress with the Mayo manager Andy Moran shown as a bridesmaid, in a clear reference to his All-Ireland final losing record, as in always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Went down like a lead balloon in Kerry and further afield as well. And while they say the poster was a bit of fun, it hasn't gone down well basically anywhere. I think that's the gist of the situation. I listened to Jack O'Connor talking about it, and he made a call, and when he heard about it, and he had it swiftly taken down, we're told, and he slammed the campaign as being disrespectful to Mayo, because at the end of the day, you know, it's respect. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Who was it that said that? Was it Aretha? Anyway, but respect, and both teams have a mutual respect. Yes, they'll go at it tooth and nail, and they'll fight like hell for the 70 minutes, but there'll always be respect. And Pat Spillane has been weighing in on it on again, another podcast that features heavily or prominently in the top 10 podcasts here in this country. As you can imagine, sports podcasts are pretty popular at the time. Lots of people listening to the sports podcasts, and he appeared on the Indo Sport one, I think it is, and he's been taking aim at this poster. He wasn't too impressed with it either. As I say, it was a marketing ploy by a company, and he says, well done lads, you got your publicity, but was it funny? No, it wasn't funny. Did he think it was funny? No, it wasn't. Did Jack O'Connor think it was funny? No, it wasn't funny. Was it good for the Kerry team? No, not according to Pat Spillane. And Pat Spillane, you know, he said a lot of bad things, or not bad things, he said a lot of honest things in his assessment of Mayo football over the years as a pundit on the Sunday game. And people, you know, as I say many times before, and Tom reminds me quite frequently, Tom in Chicago, nothing hurts an Irishman more than the truth, and that probably is the case with some of Pat Spillane's punditry. But anyway, he said he referred to it as guerrilla marketing, wasn't funny, and he said it was stupid and it didn't help the team, and he says he's glad that Jack O'Connor made the call and had it removed. So that was kind of, you know, you can have your pokes and you can have your fun and you can have your digs and all the rest, but you know, that people felt that was a little bit, I don't know, disrespectful. Shall we put it that way? Anyway, it's gone now, ancient history. Onwards. And here's another story involving a Galway GA man, Sean Fitzgerald his name, and he's the he has found newfound fame here in Ireland, not as a Galway footballer or anything of that nature, but rather from his time on Love Island. The nation has fell in love with Fitzy following his appearance on Love Island, the British reality TV show. And as I say, he's been talking, he's in the paper most days these days, and will he go back to playing for Galway? It's hard to imagine. He was on the panel and he could have featured in this year's team, but he opted instead to send in, well, actually he's been telling about how he ended up on Love Island. He put together kind of a joke TikTok video, which you know, some people thought was cringeworthy, others thought it was embarrassing, and others thought it was brilliant, and he just put it out there for the laugh, for a bit of crack. And he said he didn't really have any intention of going on the show. It wasn't, he was just taking the piss, having a bit of a laugh. And turns out the folks at Love Island took note, and when they seen it, they were in touch with him the next day. And so his audition video that he put together for a laugh became, well, liked by a lot of people. It got over 1 million views very, very quickly, and the folks at Love Island were in touch with them the next day, and the rest, as I say, is history. And he was, as I say, going down. Everybody seems to love Fitzy, and he's on the telly a lot these days, and you'll be seeing more of him. There's talk that he'll be on Dancing with the Stars, or he's going to reappear in some shape or form. As you say, he's doing a lot of, he's a teacher by trade, so I can't imagine him going back. He's got a lot of options on the table. I don't imagine him going back to teaching either, but maybe he will, who knows, for the pension. You know what I mean? Just like Enda. Enda was a teacher at Taoiseach for many, many years. Right up until I think he was Taoiseach. He took a leave of absence. He wasn't sure. Anyway, what I love, what I have to tell you about this story is at the end of it, I love what Fitzy says, because you know, he was having a bit of crack, and he put the video out there and he was poking fun at himself, tongue in cheek. But he said, you know what? I just do not care what people think. That's my motto. I'm very chill, very easygoing. If they don't like me, grand. Whatever. If they like me, grand. Whatever. Isn't it? That's a nice way. That's a nice outlook, I thought. Anyway, as say Sean Fitzgerald from Galway, who just was recently dumped from Love Island, and he said when he got out, of course they're, you know, they don't know what's going on in the outside world when they're on Love Island, but he said the biggest shock of his life was that Mayo was in the All Ireland. He's like, damn, how did they get to the All Ireland? But anyway, no doubt he and others all over the country, all over Galway as well, and you heard Julie Healy with a nice message of support. So that's our neighbour Julie Healy on the radio just before I came on this Friday afternoon, wishing Mayo well. So she, Fitzy, and people up and down the country, there's been so much warmth and messages of support for the county. So that's nice to know as well. And as I say, a fearless bunch of lads going out to Croke Park. We are excited about all of that, which takes us to our next piece of music, our Mayo song. And there were so many to choose from. Boy, everybody in Mayo has a song out for the All-Ireland 2026, and we had a lot of work to do narrowing it down to one. As all week long, Midwest Radio has been broadcasting live from around the county, and lots of people singing songs, and we've been hearing these All-Ireland songs, as you can imagine, getting a lot of airplay as well in the run. And of course, now with social media, you see it on your Facebook feeds and TikTok, all the rest of it. So there's a ton of these songs going around. I think even more so, if it was a competition of the songs or the flags or the hype, Mayo would have won the All-Ireland like already. It'd be done and dusted. Wouldn't even need to go to Croke Park. But it's not, of course. It's about the football. But we have handpicked from all of that. We've been working day and night and since Wednesday to get you a song from Mayo. And here's the Mayo song. It comes from a guy called Patrick Westman. And this one's called The Mighty Men of Mayo.
From the wild shores of Achill to the banks of the Moy, there's a heart dressed in green and red in every girl and boy. By the shadow of Croagh Patrick, we stood and said a prayer as the mighty roar from Ballinash shook the evening air. So raise the green and red on high, let the battle cry now roar. From the banks of the Moy to Cloobay's wild Atlantic shore, we fear no talk of history, nor the ghost of Sam at all. For mighty men of Mayo march as one to Croker's call. They say the curse still follows us, they say our dream won't last, but they never face the fire that forged the men of Mayo past. No jersey bears a single name, we battle for the crest. From Belmullet to the borders, we will stand against the best. So raise the green and red on high, let the battle cry now roar. From the banks of the Moy to Cloobay's wild Atlantic shore, we fear no talk of history, nor the ghost of Sam at all. For the mighty men of Mayo march as one to Croker's call.
Talk their talk, let the papers write their lines. We were forged beside the Atlantic in the wind and rain and tide. And the West is waking!
So raise the green and red on high, let the battle cry now roar. From the banks of the Moy to Cloobay's wild Atlantic shore, we fear no talk of history, nor the ghost of Sam at all. For mighty men of Mayo march as one to Croker's call.
Ah, yeah, it's the Mighty Men of Mayo. That's from Patrick Westman, getting lots of airplay here in the county in the run-up to the All-Ireland final this coming Sunday. We're live, friends, here on Global Irish Radio. Sean G and the Daily Crack Show, dailycrack.com for more. But here's himself.
Hello, all you Global Irish Radio listeners out there, wherever you may be. It's myself, Finbar, here in beautiful northern Colorado, inviting you along to the Reigal Teigal Celtic Folk Show, streaming here live every Monday and Friday evening at 10 p.m. Irish time, where you're guaranteed to hear some rare old recordings from the old country and beyond. And it's all here on globalirishradio.com, the home of the Reigal Teigal. Listen to the Reigal Teigal on Global Irish Radio.
Good deeds are great things, and a single good deed can grow into a forest of kindness. At treedeeds.com, you can dedicate a tree in someone's honour and make a lasting impact on the planet. Each tree is deeded and comes with a personalised certificate, perfect for birthdays, holidays, memorials, or just because. Celebrate life, give back to nature, and leave a legacy that grows. Visit treedeeds.com today. That's treedeeds.com. Rooted in Ireland, gifted worldwide.
You're listening to Sean G on Global Irish Radio.
Hi, this is Nathan Carter, and tune in every day for Tom's Irish Radio Show, live from Chicago, 2 to 3 p.m, and Saturday for the Good Morning Ireland Radio Show from 1 to 3 on globalirishradio.com.
That's right, friends. Tom is back tomorrow with the Good Morning Ireland Radio Show, live from Chicago, with all the latest happenings from the Chicago Irish community, and of course live news with Eileen Magner and a sports report with Tommy Marn in the run-up to the All-Ireland final. So lots to look forward to. Busy show with Tom tomorrow. And of course, Finbar is back tonight with Finbar's Reigal Teigal, old rare recordings. You won't want to miss out on that one. 7 o'clock tonight here on Global Irish Radio. And lots of great programmes coming your way over the course of the weekend. Paul Sullivan will be back live from Boston with great Irish tunes from Boston, courtesy of Irish 950 WROL AM, the spirit of Boston. Lots happening this week in Galway with the International Arts Festival. It's coming to it's concluding on Sunday. They've had a great run, 2 weeks of lovely, lovely weather and a great time, and lots of people, record numbers, attending the International Arts Festival this year. And then Move Over Arts Festival, because on Monday it's the kick-off, the start of the Galway races. Another amazing time in Galway. And hundreds of thousands of people making their way for the Racing Festival in Galway next week. And lots of lovely ladies there as well for the best dressed lady and the hats. And it's a wonderful spectacle. Great time to be in Ireland, and lots of people making an annual tradition. You'll see people that have been there for years, ever since it started. I'm not sure how many years ago. I was listening to Trasa on her show from New York last week there in Ireland. Trasa Goodwin-Smith and Tommy Smith, the famed ESPN commentator from the wee county of Louth. They're home in Ireland at the moment, and they'll be taking in the Galway races, and they've been doing it, I think, did you say 39 years or maybe more? They go there every year, so it's a tradition, and it's the same for a lot of people. So there'll be lots of wheeling and dealing and lots of bets, and but most of all a good time, and hopefully the weather holds for that as well, and I suspect it will. Then after that, of course, next week as well, or the week after I should say, it's the Fleadh Cheoil. Over close to 800,000 plus people expected in Belfast for the Fleadh Cheoil, and that's a great festival as well, and great traditional Irish music, and they're already warming up for it in that part of the country. That's Belfast, so a lot of people heading up north for that. And of course, not too long after that, it's hard to believe we're talking about this already. When you talk about this, the next thing you know, it's the youngsters heading back to school again, and you're starting all over for another semester. But anyway, 2026 Rose of Tralee International Festival will be taking place then on in the middle of August. It runs from Friday the 14th, I believe, this year until August the 18th, with the televised event being the Monday and Tuesday, the 17th and the 18th. They will bet on anything in this country, including girls' roses, that is, and the bookies have opened their books. And if you want to meet the 2026 International Roses, you can see each and every one of them at roseoftralee.ie. But the bookies have some favourites. Oh, yes, they do. And the Kerry. We're still talking about Kerry winning, are we? Well, it looks like the Kerry Rose has been installed as the early favourite to take the crown at this year's Rose of Tralee. Ladbrokes are making the prediction, and her name is Kiwi Lynch. She's a 4-1. These are not horses. These are roses, friends. She's 4-1 favourite. Anyway, should she win, she would be the first local rose to lift the title, or does she lift the title to be crowned International Rose since 1964. So they're better at raining football in All Ireland than they are the Rose Tralee competition. Anyway, how about they take the Rose thing this year and we'll do the football thing, and yeah, Bob's your uncle. Anyway, the Kerry Rose is a teacher. She's also founded a charitable organisation, which the judges always like, and she works with communities affected by poverty and social difficulties. Bonus points there for the Kerry Rose. Just behind her in the betting is the New York Rose. Ciara McGinty is her name. She's 9-2. And she has family connections in Leixlip and spent her childhood summers in Ireland. That goes down well, I think, with the judges. And she is now vice president of the Kildare Association of New York. And she works as a teacher as well, which is quite a noble profession, as you can imagine. And what else have we got? Oh, the Dublin Rose is the third. She's completing the top three is the Dublin Rose. And her name now... Take a deep breath. Her name is Suad Mouge. Did I get that right? One of the Mouges from Dublin. 6-1 are the odds on her. A little darker skin than the others, as you can imagine. But you know what? If she's born in Ireland and she has Irish heritage and she's embracing her Irish heritage, well then, fair play to her. She has every right to be there as well. The 26-year-old has a strong sporting background, we're told. She's played football to a high level and recently completed the London Marathon. Now, the right-wing extremists, they'll put a different spin on all of that. But anyway, as I say, the Rose Tralee International Festival, quintessentially Irish, uniquely Irish, and it's about girls from, as I say, who embrace their Irish heritage and culture and are ambassadors, fine ambassadors for all of that. So, and of course, the Rose or the festival, they often try to mirror what's going on in society, Irish society, at any given time. If you look at some of the winners over the years, the different things that have been happening in terms of the socially speaking and that kind of thing, the winner often reflects that. I suppose an attempt to get headlines, but also an attempt to stay relevant, and it has stayed relevant and remains relevant and does well. Lots of people tune in on the Monday and Tuesday night, and the festival alive and well, and it's one of the best probably when it comes to connecting the diaspora with the motherland. I can't think of any other event or festival or undertaking that has its tentacles reaching so far and wide across the globe out to her diaspora, and that's certainly what the International Rose Tralee Festival does. It really does bring together the Irish diaspora, the global Irish community, for this annual event, the International Rose of Tralee. You can see all of the roses, as I say, meet them at the roseoftralee.ie, but there'll be more talk about that as we get a little bit closer. And Dáithí O'Shea once again will be on duty to host the event. But that's the International Rose of Tralee 2026. All the girls getting ready. They're probably packing the suitcases now and getting the dresses ready for the big trip to Ireland, and we wish all of the girls well. And of course, it's worth noting that the bookies, they don't always get it right, but as of right now, the Kerry Rose is the favourite. That's all we'll say on that. What else have we got? Friends, by the way, once again, dailycrack.com. This is where you'll find us when we are not on the radio, when we're not streaming live here on Global Irish Radio. Check it out. Lots of things. Best crack in Ireland. A notable obituary to share with you on the programme today. If the former Monaghan great passed away only at the age of 41. What a young age, a fit young footballer, but he's passed away at the age of 41. Stephen, I'll get his last name wrong, Golgly, Gollogly, GA fans and enthusiasts will no doubt be more than familiar with this man. and he's died at the age of 41. The Carrickmacross man who won 2 Ulster Championships with his county in 2013 and 2015. He played at the inter-county level for 14 years and also picked up Division 2 and Division 3 titles in his career. So again, that's a former Monaghan great, Stephen Galgally, who's passed away at the age of 41. Sad story. As we get closer to the end of the game, maybe there'll be a tribute to him at the All-Ireland final on Sunday. Okie dokie. Dublin Bus, they're looking for more women to get into the driver's seat, yeah. What's wrong with the men? Well, they probably drive too fast. But anyway, the Dublin Bus is encouraging more women to consider a career behind the wheel as it launches a series of recruitment open days aimed at increasing the number of female bus drivers. So if you're a female and you like to drive buses, that might be the gig for you. And I was surprised at the figure, actually. I thought there was more women driving buses. Maybe it's because I'm used to the landscape in Chicago, where a lot of the bus drivers, a lot of female bus drivers in American cities, but in Dublin, turns out there's only 8% of the bus drivers are female. So the company hopes to boost that figure by showcasing the flexibility and the benefits of the role. So Dublin Bus there putting a shout out to women drivers across the capital, across the country. Get in touch. This could be the gig for you. GlobalIrishRadio.com streams live on as many as 25 digital platforms on Alexa, the Global Irish Radio app. Spread the good word. Take us with you. Tell your friends to download the app. Check us out. We got our new Facebook page up and running for the Daily Crack now, so give us a follow there. And, the podcast streams on all of the major podcast platforms, so give us a follow there. You'll be updated when the latest episode drops, that kind of thing. The latest episode of The Ranter dropped earlier this week. Was it on Monday or Tuesday night? So you can check out that as well. And that's pretty much our lot for today. We want to thank you for your company this past Monday, Wednesday and Friday. We'll be back Monday, either hungover or hungover. One or the other. Win or lose. Well, you know the story. But anyway, we wish both teams well on this coming big Sunday here in Ireland. And if you're going up to the game, mind yourselves, have a good time, and enjoy the occasion, because it's a big occasion. And we'll just have to wait. We wish both teams the very best of luck, and of course, a little bit biased here, we hope Mayo can bring back Sam, and the drought will be over. But anyway, we're going to leave you with a nice piece and a kind of a collage or a montage of people over the course of the week here in Mayo. As you can imagine, there's lots of people out on the streets, and Midwest Radio are here interviewing a lot of them from their live broadcasts, and we put together a collection, a montage of those moments, and set it to the backdrop of that famous Saw Doctors song, The Green and Red and Mayo. Till we meet on Monday, have a great weekend. Mayo for Sam, and good luck to Kerry.
Oh, the green and red tomato, I can see it still. It's soft and craggy boglands, it's on majestic hills, where the ocean kisses Ireland, the waves caress the shore. Oh, the feeling came over me, to stay forevermore, forevermore. Up Mayo!
From its rolling coastal waters, I can see Croagh Patrick's Peak, where one Sunday every summer the pilgrims climbed the reek, where St. Patrick in its solitude looked down across Clough, and with the ringing
Mayo will always be home, no matter wherever I roam. Although we're divided by land and by sea, Mayo will always be home to me.
The beauty of Mayo next Sunday is they have nothing to fear.
Island, the home of Granuaile. Its waters harbour fishes from the herring to the whale. And now I must depart it, and reality
I think you'll see a whole lot different the way people attack the championship next year. But listen, I said it to you and Joe, we had a few spats over and back over the year and a bit of crack, and I know you can take it. That's the reason I can kind of say them things to you. But for me, from Monaghan on, I can't get over the support. I genuinely can. And people were saying it was small in Monaghan. It didn't feel small. And when we were going down the stretch in Monaghan, we were putting us under the pump. And I think Monaghan proved that they were a really good team the week after when they played Roscommon.
I can see it still. It's soft and craggy boglands. It's
Getting on great, Jerry.
You're looking well, fair play to you, Roseanne.
Thanks a lot.
And you have a lovely Mayo topping.
Oh, yeah. I got it from Midwest a few years ago.
Well, did you, Roseanne?
I did.
Well, God, you're keeping it well.
Thank you.
All set for Sunday, Roseanne?
Yeah, I washed it and all in tea.
Are you going?
No.
You'll be on the telly?
No, I'll be on the couch.
How much will the...
stay forevermore.
Look, I'll tell you one thing. This is me 14th time watching Mayo since 1989, including replays on Sunday. You can't be going to the well all the time and getting beaten. I genuinely believe and think that Sunday's going to be our day.
As Jerry Lennon said, do you feel it in your water?
I feel it everywhere. I feel it everywhere. And I will see you on Monday with that.
Pining, and an Irish heart is pining, where I kissed her and caressed her in the gloaming long ago. Loving Irish arms will bless me, and through Irish love caress me, and sweet Irish lips will bless me when there's moonlight in Mayo. Mayo, Mayo, Sam Maguire is coming home to Mayo.
Are you looking forward to the All-Ireland final this Sunday?
Oh, is that this weekend? Jeez, you nearly forget it was on. There's no hype at all this year.
Oh, one more thing. Mayo for Sam! Mayo for Sam! Thank you.
You're listening to Sean G on Global Irish Radio.
Global Irish Radio is excited to partner with 950 WROL AM, the Spirit of Boston, to bring you portions of the Irish Hit Parade, providing the soundtrack to your weekend. Join Paul Sullivan on Saturdays 3 to 7 p.m. Irish time and famous Seamus Mulligan on Sundays 7 to 10 p.m. for a feast of Irish music. Streaming live from Boston right here on globalirishradio.com.